A picture here of sartorial Elvis, a full tuxedo. I don't know what he had in mind. And now, after Dusty Rhodes, of course, the cowboy jeans, cowboy shirt, and cowboy boots, and perhaps this was part of the strategy of the world champion Ric Flair, is that throw Rhodes off guard by his clothing, which he has done at this point in time. However, Rhodes, beaten down to his knees, fires back and has the champion in what is going to be an awful lot of trouble here as Rhodes begins very quickly to remove the tuxedo, the garments, and well, as I said, of course, this is quite a situation indeed. The carnation knocked from the lapel of the tuxedo and mystified, obviously very embarrassed. NWA World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair now looking at Dusty Rhodes, and we'll be back with the completion of this bunkhouse match right after we pause. Flair's arrival in the ring in a full tuxedo with a carnation in his lapel was a psychological ploy designed to set Dusty Rhodes off balance. It may have done it for just that brief second that we saw. But now, let's go back to this bunkhouse match and see how things are progressing. And as you can see, Ric Flair is rapidly being divested of all of his outer clothing and now charges Dusty Rhodes trying to use the remains of his trousers, of those tux trousers, as a weapon. And of course, I might just point out, a bunkhouse match, anything goes. And Flair, an extremely resourceful, very, very dangerous adversary. Let's face it, he's the world champion. He is the world's best. And he's battling the man, twice former world heavyweight champion Dusty Rhodes and Rhodes. That face rapidly becoming crimson now as Flair using his shoe to his own advantage, but Rhodes caught him with an old-fashioned right hand that puts Flair, the champion, down and in the corner. And again, the referee trying to clear the ring. And now you see Rhodes taking off that leather belt with the $2,000 silver filigreed belt buckle, and now putting an old-fashioned strapping on the champion, Ric Flair. Rhodes standing over his man, and Flair again feels the sting of that leather across his body. But again, notice the methodology of Flair. Notice the way, the double back leg trip, and Flair going back to the basics again. Perhaps the roughhouse tactics, brawling, is not Flair's forte, but he certainly is a resourceful individual. Caught there with a forearm by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And Rhodes now moves in on the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair once again. And watch Rhodes as he hurtles him from the ring. And then we find out Dusty Rhodes has something else on his mind. Listen carefully to these comments from Dusty Rhodes. So it becomes obvious and totally clear that Dusty Rhodes has not only vindication on his mind, revenge on his mind, in wanting to settle the issue with Ric Flair, but Dusty Rhodes, more importantly, wants to regain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, a goal that he is seeking to gain it for a third time, and it is Ric Flair who had to hear those comments in a dazed condition outside the ring, who steps back into the ring and faces again the tremendous fury, the power, and the desire of this man, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. And I can assure you of this, Dusty, of course, when it comes to absorbing knowledge. Now, look carefully at this. Look carefully at this. Dusty's been in secret training. This is a Japanese guillotine, being applied by Dusty Rhodes, and it'll tear an arm, it'll tear the deltoids, and very quickly the champion concedes to Dusty Rhodes in this bunkhouse match.